Thank you, and welcome to Business Over Coffee International's Share event that we have once a month on the fourth Thursday of every month here at Ridgeway Business Center, BOCI headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee. And we are focusing this month on living deliberately and laughter.
National Humor Month.
I loved how
Tennessee
you were talking
National
earlier, laughter, spiritual laughter, and such. And so we're going to talk with Debra Norwood, who is the laughter lawyer. Okay. And my name is Carolyn Bindle, and I am the host for these share events. And let's just jump right in, because we've just been building up to this interview all month.
Well,
all month.
I'm here with my cowbell. I did not bring my red nose.
No, I did ask.
But I brought my cowbell, and this is a shout out. This is a shout out to everybody who participated in National Humor Month. Tennessee National Humor Month, which was sponsored by our business, BOCI.
Yes.
We've had a wonderful opportunity here. Carolyn Bendel has a show that's called Your True Colors Image Radio through BOCI Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And we are honoring an owner optimist who helped co-sponsor one of our other businesses under BOCI that helped co-sponsor Tennessee National Humor Month by having this t-shirt sold that says "Laughter has no foreign accent." And I want to thank the Life is Good store, because they supported us. Anyone who buys this particular t-shirt does get a red nose from Laughter Lawyer, and that red nose, half of the proceeds of that red nose will be going to the food bank. So I want to encourage everyone who can possibly buy this little t-shirt here, because the monies will not only be one of the good things about Life is Good is that Life is Good is a retail with a purpose type store, so that all of their purchases end up having, a good deed accompanied by them. But we've got an extra bonus with our little red nose that's offered.
And I have to show this one off because it has a coffee cup on it, and Business Over Coffee, and it says love right here, but this is one of the Life is Good t-shirts too, and this one is so soft I may have to just creamy tea. It is wonderful. It's the creamy tea.
Yes.
It's wonderful. But I really like it. So all their shirts have a positive message.
Yes, and that's why as Laughter Lawyer and as having a radio show called the Look Good, Feel Good segment of Your True Colors Image Radio, what we did in the Look Good, Feel Good segment this year was to honor all of those people who did exactly what our different speakers have been talking about: bring in positivity and cheerfulness into their lives. And this is a company that has made it a purpose to have retail with a purpose. So I'm very proud of the manager. I would really love for her to come. She's definitely an award recipient from Laughter Lawyer USA and Tennessee National Humor Month. So we will be honoring her hopefully in May on National Laughter Day.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was one of our recipients. We also had this month we honored Ruthie Burrows as the Educator of the Year.
Wonderful.
And we will be having an official ceremony in May, honoring World Laughter Day with Ruthie Burrows as an educator who has used laughter, therapeutic laughter, positive activity interventions, and all of the things that Laughter Lawyer promotes in helping people. I also want to thank everybody who came on board with our theme for this, which is Living Deliberately.
Yes.
Living Deliberately is really based upon what we at the World Laughter Tour call the good-hearted living attitudes. And World Laughter Tour, I'm a certified laughter leader, positive activities expert, and I've been working on pretty much learning about positive activities interventions and positive psychology now for the last 11 or more years. But what we've seen this year is that as director of Tennessee National Humor Month, I have been overwhelmed with the wonderful reception that we've received and the wonderful people who've come on board. And Ruthie Burrows is one of those educators who is stopping bullying in the school by allowing the kids to do what's called strength bombardment exercises, self-esteem exercises, and helping people love themselves, and she's using the good-hearted living attitudes.
That's awesome.
Yes, she
That's
is.
awesome. The society, we've become very, very negative, and Facebook, oh my goodness, the people who are being devastated by things that are posted on Facebook and such is very, very frightening. But I love what you do. You bring that stress reliever in here, and you did that one group where, well, it was happened to be in this room, and they were full, it was filled of all these business people in suits and such, doing the ha 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 and the ho 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 and
Well, you know, a lot of us
all the
believe,
different things.
a lot of us believe that to be able to be effective in business, that we have to grim up.
Mhm.
And a lot of us who were originally started in business a lot longer ago than some of the wonderful young people of today were taught that we had to look like a man, act like a man, and dress like a man to be able to be efficient and to be productive. And Laughter Lawyer USA, what we do at Laughter Lawyer USA is that we help people in very high stress positions try to become more effective, more creative, and we do it through positive activity interventions and therapeutic laughter. And the reason we use those as vehicles is because the premise behind Laughter Lawyer is that everyone is entitled to a happy childhood. And yet some of us haven't had it. And, you know, I do want to honor some businesses that Laughter Lawyer this Tennessee National Humor Month was very successful in placing books in different libraries. We have at least 4 libraries in Tennessee that now have, through Funny Literacy, have been given books. And 2 organizations that I'd like to mention. One of them was the Church Health Group that received some donations from Laughter Lawyer, from Steve Wilson's books. And you interviewed a really wonderful up-and-coming company with Marisha Sherman, and I got my eye on that company because you know her motivation, and Laughter Lawyer donated a book called
Drop the Rock?
Yeah, no, it's not Drop the Rock, but Laughter Lawyer donated a book from Steve Wilson. It wasn't toilet paper and tuna fish, but it was a book by Steve Wilson that has a lot to do with self-esteem and self-esteem building. And I really have a great feeling that her motivation is going to be following along that same lines of bringing people up to the positive thoughts. But, you know, we talk a lot about good-hearted living, and I haven't even told you what they were, so I think I probably need to bring them up.
Go ahead.
But good-hearted living, when we talked about the theme being living deliberately, the World Laughter Tour has trademarked good-hearted living. So it's definitely, whenever anyone uses good-hearted living, we have to make sure that we give credit to the to the World Laughter Tour. But Mondays are for compliments. That means on a Monday you can deliberately think of complimenting someone. Think of doing it. Step out of your comfort zone and compliment someone. Tuesdays are for flexibility. That means you can either stretch, move, or you can be flexible and not be so rigid in your mind. You know?
Okay.
And that's a deliberate act that you can do on a Tuesday. Wednesdays are for gratitude. Gratitude, the attitude of gratitude is something that has been more than proven 1,000 times over to be effective in changing people and making them feel better. Thursdays are for kindness. And when we have the Kindness Revolution, and, you know, a big shout out to Ed Hurl and the Kindness Revolution, because, you know, he's doing a great job in having people learn how to be kind in business. Fridays are for forgiveness. And when we talk about forgiveness, we are not talking about you having to forgive someone every Friday. We're talking about moving away from that spirit of resentment and bitterness and anger and a little bit towards conciliation. But we can't tell people to forgive immediately. But at least on a Friday, if we can start working on that, that's a great thing. And weekends are for chocolate.
Yes.
And of course, chocolate means rest and relaxation. But we know that chocolate also has antioxidant properties, and it's good for your memory.
Good for you.
And it's just good for you when you're a woman and you really need to get a little pick-me-up. Yes. But weekends are for chocolate, and that's to remind us that we have to step back and become a little bit more relaxed.
Awesome. Now you have Tabasco sauce and chocolate soap.
Chocolate soap. I had to bring this. This comes from Gold Coast Giggles. And Barbara Grabstein is an amazing laughter leader from the World Laughter Tour. And I happen to have been at the AATH conference in San Diego, and that AATH conference is the American Association of Applied Therapeutic Humor. And this is called Peace Soap, and it's chocolate mint. And the ingredients are olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, peppermint, cocoa, and coffee grounds for business. Business over coffee. But the reason I brought this Peace Soap, and the reason why it was put in our bag, a bag, by the way, that was given to us by the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, who use therapeutic laughter in everyone.
Important.
Extremely
Wow.
important. All Cancer Research Treatments of America programs include therapeutic laughter for their cancer patients. So, so it is a wonderful, wonderful thing, and so they were our co-sponsors for the American Therapeutic Laughter Association. But this soap here is basically representing, on top of the fact that it has chocolate in it, is representing the fact that laughter is to the soul what soap is to the body. It's cleansing.
Awesome.
It's cleansing. So if we can remember that even in the hardest of times, we can keep a little sense of humor. I'm writing a book. Everybody's
Yay!
writing a book, but I've been writing a book. And I've been writing a book for a long time now, and it's From Poop to Perfume in 7 Simple Steps. And all of us know that poop happens, And when poop happens, we have to find a more pleasant odor from it and figure out how we're going to deal with it. And so I've brought you something that you know, because you and I have been in business together for a long time, and that's what we work on. We work on people's self-esteem. So when we talk about what does Laughter Lawyer do and what does Fashion Academy do, we're a collaborative venture. Now, how a woman like me, who doesn't know how to dress, who doesn't take care of her hair, and doesn't ever wear makeup, end up being the attorney for an image consulting company, I don't know. But I understand I'm a natural. So as a natural, it doesn't mean that I'm naturally good at what I'm doing. It means you got to keep me under control and make sure I take care of my looks so that I don't just go completely, bag lady on people. But what I've learned by being attorney for Fashion Academy, what I've learned by watching you, and I'm trying to not get choked up by this, but what I've learned by watching you do the makeovers that you do for people is that you help people meet and know and grow and learn who they are.
Mm-hmm. And that's important.
And
to
it's
know.
extremely important. And you're not ripping their identities from them. You're not doing these makeovers where they're, clutching onto their clothes and begging you to not take away their identity. You're helping them find themselves. And I want to thank you because I am a natural. My daughter asked me, "You want to sit any way you like?" You don't want to know what I would have sat like on this chair if I,
You did bring some laughter in the room.
Yeah. But and then you don't call me Laughter Lawyer for nothing. But we all have our own identities. We're all individuals. And one of the problems that we have in life, in business, and in everything that we're trying to accomplish is that we're trying to fit in, we're trying to fit a mold, we're trying to become somebody else, and we're forgetting our uniqueness. We're forgetting the special gifts that have been given to us. So as Laughter Lawyer and as also attorney for Fashion Academy, one of the greatest blessings that I have as a human being is to help people be themselves.
Exactly.
And bring out nothing but the best thing about themselves.
Exactly.
So you know that my dearest dream of all mankind would have been to have owned a perfume factory. You know that I love essences. There's somewhere, as Laughter Lawyer USA, I have raised 7 children, 3 under 3, some of which were special needs. And those special needs included having some sensory issues. And I probably have them too. I have a mother who has been bedridden for 10 years. And I'm a lawyer married to a lawyer. So I have a lot of knowledge on what stress is all about. And what I have learned on how to de-stress is to go to the core of what it is that's bothering us. And most of the time, the reason we're stressed is because we're putting ourselves out of our own comfort zone and we're stopped being the people that we are supposed to be. So my love of perfume has brought me to an amazing understanding of what it means to be packaged properly. I collect miniatures. I have so many miniature bottles of every famous scent and odor and perfume in the world. And every time I walk, even when I walk by a liquor store, I look and find the perfume bottle that was used there, and I buy that little tiny miniature. So I'm very intrigued at the packaging that comes with each of these wonderful and individualized scents. But I have a little
Tabasco.
bottle here. And you know what it is?
Tabasco.
It's Tabasco sauce. And I love this perfume bottle the most. And I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying that I don't love the amazing over-the-top essences that are made by all the great French creators and
Boucheron.
yes, and Boucheron and all the wonderful companies that we've used.
Yes.
But this is an interesting story, and it has a lot to do with understanding the value of a human being. A long time ago, a company decided, and just think of how original this really must have been, they decided to do a spicy sauce in Louisiana. I mean, is that original or is that original? No, it's not that original. Let's be frank. Everybody has sauces in Louisiana, right? Well, this company just knew they had something great, but they didn't have a lot of money. And there was a little, and I don't know how many of you know this, but if you've been to Louisiana, they do have an amazing garden variety of perfumeries. They have marvelous perfumeries in Louisiana. And there was a perfume company that was going bankrupt. And all they had were these interesting little bottles. And all this little spice company had was an idea and no bottles. So the two of them got together and they ended up making this interesting situation where your common, ordinary, maybe normal Louisiana hot sauce turned into something really lovely because it was put in a gorgeous little bottle and made very unique. And to me, this little Tabasco sauce bottle represents us. Our packaging is a beautiful perfume bottle, but some of us have a little spice in us. Some of us are a little out of the ordinary. We don't smell the same, look the same, taste the same. And some of us have a little bit more spunk than others. Does that make us any less valuable? This little Tabasco sauce has gone all over the world in this perfume bottle. And this is to remind us that we can be unique. We can be unique. We must be unique. We must not forget our God-given talents and purposes, and we must honor who we are and what we have. Now, how to find our mission in life? That's for you to hire a laughter lawyer.
Well, believe it or not, our time is up.
Well, thank you, everybody, for participating in National Tennessee Humor
How does
Month.
someone contact you to bring Laughter Lawyer? And you really want to be able to get into churches to help with addiction recoveries and abuse and things like that.
Yes.
correct?
Any domestic abuse, addiction recovery. People are having terrible self-esteem. Believe it or not, a lot of young people are having self-esteem issues.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
believe it.
as much as I would love to go into all corporations and have them do laughter circles, and my heart and my soul is really to helping women, helping abused children. I'm an attorney still. I still practice law, and my specialty is juvenile court and domestic law, so I see a lot of sorrow. And I do believe in helping God's hurting people by letting them know that they are special and there is something that they need to know about themselves and to continue. So yes, I am looking at, I have a sub-faction of therapeutic laughter because, as I said, with the World Laughter Tour, it's non-political, non-religious, non-parochial, and everyone's welcome. But there is one side to laughter, spiritual side to laughter, and I can do that within a religious setting, and I can use, scriptorial basis for the use of laughter and therapeutic laughter and finding yourself. Once again, my whole purpose in life is to show that, we all are entitled to have a happy childhood, and if we haven't had one, that we can become childlike by learning how to play and learning how to laugh.
Very good. Now, how does somebody contact you?
Well, you can contact me through Business Over Coffee at businessovercoffee.biz. You can get me on my Facebook, and to get to my Facebook, you can get laughterlawyer@yahoo.com. I've got a website coming up, but you can always get me through Fashion Academy as well.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you can always get in the back door to get to Laughter Lawyer. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, so I love you now. Thank you. Oh, okay. We have
Yeah, some Twitter action that's going on. Colleen Johnson retweeted Business Over Coffee's tweet, May 2nd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tiger Lane, Liberty Bowl Stadium. Other places are available. # National Day of Prayer.
Okay.
And then also, Life is Good Memphis said, someone is talking about us.
Yay! Hello, life is good. We sure do love it.
Thanks for including us in optimistic approaches to business and networking. Life is Good Memphis, # BOCI.
Wonderful.
Wow. So we are reaching people. They are out there. We want to thank you for being here, Debra and Laughter Lawyer, and all the wonderful fun things that you have brought to BOCI all month long. It has been a truly hilarious journey.
Well, I do want you to know that I also want to do a big shout out to the Anasazi Foundation in Mesa, Arizona, that probably started this whole ball rolling by teaching us that we have a choice in life. And they have a marvelous program called Choices. And the Choices program is something that gives us all that opportunity to know that we have a right and an opportunity to choose how we want to live and how we want to act.
That sounds like an interview for Look Good, Feel Good Radio.
It does. It does sound like a great one, Ezekiel Sanchez.
Yes. Well, we want to thank everyone for being here, all of our people that are here at the Ridgeway Business Center at Business Over Coffee International. And also we want to remind everyone that February 13th, 2014, Valentine's Day time frame. So husbands, you wanna score some points and have an unforgettable, yeah. Okay. BOCI Bringing Everyone Together cruise, and you can text to 55469, and in the text area write all in one word, BOCI cruise. Okay, all one word, and you will get information on that. And we want to thank everyone for being here. And Debra, thank you again.
Thank you.
Businessovercoffee.biz. I want to get it right. Where is it? Opportunities to connect, collaborate, gain exposure, and give business.
All right.